Ah, West Coast, USA. Let's pick a vehicle to drive in. I could go something classic, I could go something modern, I could go something Japanese, but nobody ever picks the Ibishu 200BX. This car has just never got my juices flowing. Now, I have owned a 180SX and I put a Silvia front on it, making a Sil 80. I used to love these things so much. My version, though, wasn't so great. It was full rice spec and really handmade done. The paint job on this was absolutely terrible. I tried to go for some sort of like Hawaii sort of tribal sort of paint job. It was abysmal. It was so poorly done, but it was cool. The 200BX on the other hand, not so cool. I mean, just listen to that. Putter putter. Wow. Enthralling. It's getting me all excited. Let's try seeing if there's any engine options here. What? Alright, to be honest, this mod comes from Hellraiser 999 and I saw it and I was like, oh, I have to try this out. 200 horsepower, not a lot of torque. This is seeming like it might be a little bit of fun. Let's check this engine out though. What? Come on! They didn't even change the mesh, are you serious? One of the coolest things about these engines is the fact that they look cool. They're such an interesting engine. Otherwise you just got a small amount of torque. Well, the only other option is to listen to that. You know what? I'm not gonna poo-poo on this so much anymore. What I want to do is actually something very similar to this, except I would probably get some sort of 3D model to stick in there. I'll make a 3D model to stick in there. Yeah, once again, this car is a little bit tail happy. I wonder if they made the actual engine more compact and way less, like an actual 13B rotor would. Brake, turn in, power out, understeer, as you'd expect of a car like that, going on a corner like that, and driving like that. You know, not very well. Well, let's see if we can get a little bit of Tokyo Drift and drift our way up this spiral roundabout here. Okay, a little bit of, oh yeah, okay. It did talk about it kicking into gear right after gear shifting, so I'm assuming that they have reduced the inertia of the engine, and that's what that gear shift kick out is. You know what? I think this thing needs a better diff. Limited slip differential, apparently not good enough, so let's go with a welded. Chug, chug off the line. Oh, it's much better already. Except I'm driving like the guy did on like the first time he drove. I'm hitting everything. I can't even stay within the lines. Oh my God. Han's gonna walk up to me and say, hey, don't go anywhere, or don't leave town, or whatever it was.
Don't leave town.
I will say, the sound is a lot cooler. Oh God. And I seem to have parked myself in a very unfortunate way. And now I'm gonna do another movie reference, which is trying to Austin Powell myself to go the other way. You know what? It's probably a lot easier to try to just do a burnout and go forwards. Nope, okay. Let's see what this thing is like driving on a little bit of highway to see what sort of speeds we can reach. Sorry, I left the mouse on the screen. So our top speed is looking okay. I'm gonna try a little bit of naturally aspirated in a bit, but for now we're just trying out the turbo. And it seems like we're getting decent sort of speed, about 200 kilometers an hour, but then again, I go that speed in my old Volvo. Going on flat grounds, okay. Not bad. Heading back the other way to see what our top speed is like. And you know what? We weren't actually missing out on much. This thing is getting pretty close to redline. Now that is no slouch of a top speed. But let's see what it's like at handling at high speed. Oh dear. That's the car's fault, not mine. So we found out the handling, it's garbage. If power is the name of the game, then let's see what it does like in a drag race. Now that is the default one that's got like 150 horsepower compared to this one, which has about 200 horsepower. We're gonna see what the difference is like. So I should expect that I absolutely kicked their butt. And as expected, yeah, that's happening. So we're gonna have to tune that one to have the same amount of power. Now it's probably gonna have more torque, but we're gonna see what it's like. We did a 13.5-second run. Not bad. So I wasn't able to get a turbo version to have the same amount of power, but it does have a similar amount of torque. It has a little bit more power, a little less torque. So we're going to compare these two now. If you just pull up to the line, bro. Thank you. And I don't know why my UI's not showing up. They should have the advantage. Like, power's only a little, torque's only a little bit less, but their power is a lot less. Wow, did it not use my tune? I'm very confused. And there we go, 13 seconds. Why is oh, there's the UI, that's weird. All right. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Really? Come on. All right, we gotta go put the turbo back on. And you'll see that just like with one turbo, there seems to be no default turbo. It just starts at like stage 1, which is not like the under two. Oh, it's not even allowing me to change the parts. What? If we go back and then, oh, there we go. Now it's got the power. So you can see it's got a lot more power, but also less torque. This one has 3 more torque. This one has like 30 more horsepower. Yeah, this is going to be tricky, but I feel that even though they have slightly less torque, they're probably going to kick my butt. But now it comes down to the power under the curve, and also the ability to launch, which we launched a lot harder than they did, but they are keeping up a little bit this time. But I don't like their chances. Even with the extra power, they're just doing better. 13.6 versus 14.4. They did better, but not good enough. So I suppose the only other thing to do now is just to see what the weight difference is. 1218 compared to 1240. They actually changed the weight of these things. This one is just a little bit lighter. So what other options do we have here with the engine? We got a stock ECU. Let's go adjustable race. And we're just gonna give this everything to see what it's like when this thing does a proper drag car. Intake twin turbo. Let's go a stage 3 variable twin turbo. Engine mount's probably going to need to be a little bit stronger. Better oil pan, I suppose. That's just we don't run out of oil by the end. Nitrous oxide, we're also going to chuck that on and make it a very big one. We got a 5-speed. Oh, we have like a drag transmission. Interesting. Then the nitrous system, it's gonna, okay, well that's apparently as big as we got. 50 kilowatt, let's go like a big 200 kilowatt shot. And then we're gonna see how much power we make from this thing. 885 newton meters of torque, 600 horsepower. Comparing that though, it doesn't stand up to this drag car, but I am tempted to see what this thing would be like with a rotary. Probably should be in manual control if it is an automatic transmission. And away we go. Oh my god, look at that wheelie. And left them for dead. Yeah, BeamNG AI does not know how to drive drag cars. We just did an 8-second pass as well. That is crazy. You shouldn't be doing 8-second passes. Let's try that again. I feel as if they kind of bugged out. Hopefully this time they'll know to get the revs up and then put it into drive. Do they actually do that? Let's pay close attention to the sound. Okay, so it doesn't sound like they revved it up enough. And we just pull away like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, 8.237. That is a good time. This, on the other hand, is a sucky time. So that is the drag version of this car and the 13B's things that it can offer. I'd love to actually see a proper engine in here. Though, wait, is that a different model now? Nope, it's still the old engine. Damn it, from underneath I had a little bit of hope. It almost looked like a quad rotor. Though that's not to say that this isn't fun. I don't even think I turned nitrous on for that drag run. I do enjoy this. I on a few occasions have almost had the chance to buy the rotaries, but things like money and me being not willing to put in the effort because they didn't have a great name back in the day here in Australia. Even though they were really loved, they were always like, oh yeah, they're great if you stay on top of the maintenance, and that scared me away enough for me to not actually buy it. Also the fact that, yeah, once again, they are not cheap because they are so loved. Oh my god, it's so fast. And with the small front tires, and I'm driving around like an idiot on this track, it doesn't want to pull up very well. 10, yeah, this is pretty cool. Please, put in a model. Like there's probably plenty of people that would be willing to offer your model. I had people after I made the initial rotary vehicles to give me models. So I'm pretty sure if you put a call out for somebody to give you a model, they would definitely be willing to do that, because I think that would just be mwah, the piece de resistance. That would be so cool. For now, though, I would like to thank my channel members. And that specifically includes the upper channel members. You guys make all of this very possible. For the rest of you, though, I'll catch you all next time. Goodbye. I swear I'm not bad at driving.